Long enough to cover the subject and short enough to keep it interesting. Welcome to Outta My League. I'm Nick Diaz. Holy hell. I predicted the Bucks had a pretty damn good chance to win the game last night, more than most people thought, but I just didn't see that kind of ass whooping coming, to be honest with you. But I will say this. There has been something I've said before on this podcast while talking about LSU football this past season. It's about how football has changed so much, yet changed so little at the exact same time. Modern football, everyone says, well, it's spread offenses, RPOs, pass first, up-tempo, defense doesn't matter as much. And old school football was run the ball, play defense. And if you look at LSU this past season, the two things they did poorly was run the ball and play defense. Passing game, RPOs, was actually pretty good, considering, but didn't run the ball well, didn't play defense. And wouldn't you know it, last night the team that ran the ball better and played defense won the game. See, we do this all the time. We fall in love with the new and automatically assume that the old tactics are just useless. But the reason why the old tactics have been around for so long is because they have a lot of substance. Because substance is what lasts. If you look at the job market, for example, I'm looking for a job at the moment. If you look at the job market, everyone will tell you, well, everything has gone online. Everything's with social media. You got to have job finding apps like LinkedIn and Indeed and Handshake. Yes, all of those things are true. And you should do all of those things, by the way, if you're looking for a job right now. But that doesn't mean person-to-person relationships are just out of style. Because at the end of the day, that still is what's going to get you the job. Because that's the substance. The substance in football has not changed in over 150 years, people. 150 years. Can you be more physical and block and tackle on the line of scrimmage better than the other team? That's it. Can you block and tackle better? That's the way it was in the first football game ever played against Princeton and Rutgers in 1869. Hasn't changed since. And here's a stat from last night to prove it. Total QB pressures. Tampa Bay had 38. Chiefs had 5. 38 and 5. Oh, but please, tell me about how the refs stole the game from the Kansas City Chiefs again. We had all of these red flags that people kept ignoring about Kansas City. All of them. Chiefs had 2 starting offensive tackles, were both out. Tampa had an elite pass rush. Chiefs' run defense had regressed, and even the Browns had moved the ball up and down on the field on the Kansas City Chiefs. The only reason why the Chiefs were still favored was, well, Patrick Mahomes. Well, that doesn't make any logical sense. Look, Patrick Mahomes is still the greatest football player on earth today. Hell, the most entertaining thing about last night, other than the M&M's commercials, was Patrick Mahomes' incomplete passes. Throwing the ball in the back of the end zone on a dime while getting tackled. But he didn't have the substance to help him like Tom Brady did. And Saints fans, I'm sorry you're not going to like what I'm about to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. Tom Brady will win another Super Bowl with Tampa Bay in the coming years. But that's no reason to get discouraged just yet, because the Saints did beat the shit out of Tampa Bay twice this year. During the Super Bowl media week last week, Sean Payton said they want to re-sign Jameis Winston and try to roll with them. Well, wouldn't you know? You know where I stand on Jameis Winston. I've done multiple episodes on why I like him as Breeze's replacement. Winston is a low-risk, high-reward free agent. You know this. But let me say 2 things about this. If I could say 2 things, I would give Sean Payton and the Saints 2 bits of advice. It would be this. 1, Jameis Winston's market value has not gone up. So don't be fooled by other teams' supposed interest in him. 2, be patient. The NFL quarterback market is about to be a revolving door, the likes of which we have never seen. Deshaun Watson wants out, although you can't afford him because you're in salary cap hell. But that may lead to the Jets moving on from Sam Darnold. Now Carson Wentz is on the trading block. Raiders may want to move on from Derek Carr. You have 5 first-round quarterbacks in this year's draft, and 2 of them will definitely make it out of the top 10, which is something you could potentially move up to and trade in the draft to get. Will Wade always says chance favors the aggressor, and you should always be aggressive. But another great basketball coach also said this: be quick, but don't hurry. And don't hurry, Saints. There's no reason to rush this. There's a lot of moving parts. Be patient. Thanks for listening to Out of My League. If you like what you heard, be sure to like, share, and subscribe, or follow me on Twitter and Facebook in the description link below.